Hello, hello. Welcome to part 2 of how to make a coloring book using Canva and Procreate. Yesterday we covered everything within Canva to the point of exporting. We have not exported yet, so I'm going to kind of walk you through that. This is take 2. If you caught the horrible live earlier, I had some technical issues and could not get them resolved. I'm not sure what's up with my app. So what I did was I actually pre-recorded myself doing what I was going to do live, and I'm just going to kind of share the video of what I did and walk you through step by step. We will not be completing a coloring page today, but I will walk you through the elements of tracing the images that we got out of Canva and then adding, your own little unique details to it. So I'm going to share that now. And so we will just kind of watch this video and I will kind of walk through it as we go. So right now what you're seeing is the coloring image that we had created yesterday inside of Canva. And one thing that I had mentioned earlier is that I did actually make a couple of tweaks because the way the Christmas tree was, it was hidden behind the girls. And I still wanted that piece to be a visible piece of the background. So if you missed that live, then head back over to the group, or you can visit coloringbookwealthacademy.com and you'll be able to see all of the videos in order and organized there. So I'm just going to play this. So what you're going to see me doing here, if this will go away. Okay. Why is this happening? Okay, here we go. So I'm exporting the image from Canva and I'm importing it into Procreate. And then, so here, I like to create borders on most, if not all of my coloring pages. So I have learned that creating the border in the beginning has really helped me. And so you see me, just kind of tracing the image, and there's really no rhyme or reason to choosing the thickness of your lines, at least not for me yet. I do tend to go thicker for the outer borders and then going thinner for the details. And I don't tend to shade too much. There was the baking coloring pages that I shared earlier this month. Those I did play around with some shading. But here lately, I've just been really focused on just the line work and not so much the shading. The shading does tend to take a little bit more time that I just don't have to devote to this right now. And so here you just see me, I did not, I'm going to pause it for a second. You can kind of see the messiness of the lines, which I personally like. It's totally preference of what you want. So I've talked in previous videos on how you can change the stabilization settings on your brush so that you can get prettier lines. If you have a shaky hand, that stabilization will really help when you are trying to get pretty lines. And we've got one of our members here, Janine, tuning in. Thank you so much, Janine, for commenting and letting me know that you're watching live. Yes, so earlier in the video, I'm not sure if you caught it, Janine. I was trying to do this live, but my connection from my iPad to my computer it's not communicating with each other right now. So this is the next best thing, just watching me with the replay. So you can see here, I also changed up the way the beak was. I wanted to kind of make it more of a 3D beak that's hanging off of the hood. And you'll see here in a second that I do kind of change up how her eyes are. I wanted to add a little bit more depth with her eyelid. And I do actually need to go in and clean up those lines. But I changed the way the nose is and the lips, and you can get all kinds of ideas by searching on Pinterest. If you're not, really artsy and you're not really sure what to do, you can get lots of ideas from Pinterest and other images within Canva. What you may see me do a lot in some of my other videos is how I'll take a face from this character and add it to the body of this character. And so you can just really get, crazy with it. But you can kind of see the little details that I go into there. And somehow I ended up undoing that I did on the ear there. And so I did it again. And so I decided to go in with more of like, I like the mandala kind of look with the swoopies, petals maybe. I don't really know what to call those, but I like that instead of the lines. So I decided to go with that around the eyes and the head. And there were a couple of other places. I just did some lines there. So I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because I don't really have much to talk about. So you see here me doing the hair and just kind of utilizing the lines that are there. You know, don't be afraid to utilize the lines that are there. Sometimes I do tend to try to make every little detail unique, but it's not necessary. No one's going to be thinking about it the way that you are. So the little uniquenesses that you add to it really will make it stand out, I think. All right. And so here I went to another page. So this is the owl page that we had created. I imported that page into another sheet. And we're working with it landscape here. And I changed up a lot about this little owl. I really had a lot of fun with it because I really wanted to show you just with simple shapes how you can really change how something looks. And these are just circles, you know, 3 layers of circles and then the triangle in the center, and not, you know, just making sure it doesn't align exactly with the way that the image was originally to make something unique. And I started to add some lines, but I really couldn't decide what I wanted to do with the hat. I'm still kind of deciding there. And so I change up. And one of the other things that I like to do, again, I've mentioned that I like sloppy art. And when I say sloppy, it's more raw. I like the raw lines where it's not perfect. And again, that may not be your preference, and that's totally fine. But I find that just kind of a rough sketch really helps to add a little bit of a uniqueness to those graphics as well. And so, yeah, I'm just going over the body here. I really have a lot of fun with the feathers on the chest, which is kind of hard to see. There was a little bit there, but I did not really follow the design. I completely did my own with the feathers and the similar swoopies or petals. And just had a lot of fun because I was thinking about how fun it is to add color. And that's what I like to think about too, is adding more detail that allows more color to be added. The more color something has, you know, the more attractive it can be sometimes. So more details just gives that, you know, more options for that. Had a lot of fun with the shoes. I'm going to fast forward a little bit and just move on to the last one, which was our cookie page. And you can see me doing that border again. And in this time, I actually used the Canvas guides to help me with that border because I didn't have something to help. So the Canvas guides really help you get that straight line. And you see me there just kind of filling in the little gaps. And then I start working on our first cookie. And this one I did increase the stabilization because I really felt like it was going to look better with more clean lines. Because, you know, when you're using cookie cutters, you tend to have a little cleaner lines. And so I added little swirlies to the hair. Just have fun with it, you know? I mean, that's one of the things that I love the most about this is I get to completely have fun, and, you know, I can do it and still be efficient and create pages that others are going to love to color, and that I'm going to love to design, and that, you know, just are a lot of fun. So that is it for creating the coloring pages within Procreate. If you need any assistance, or if we can do this live, I am considering hosting a Zoom call soon that we can all get on and just kind of talk through and ask any questions that you might have, and I can do some live support. So if that is something that you would be interested in, drop a comment below this video and let me know, and I'll get that scheduled. And that's it for today. That was part 2, pretty basic, pretty easy. That's one of the things that I love about this, is that the creation of it is so simple that it allows us to, work on the marketing side of things, work on, fixing up our website, creating the members area to be a organized and clean place for people to visit and download the files that they want. So I'll be covering more on the back side, the back office type of thing for running the coloring business later on this week. I'm going to focus on the membership site just because that is what I'm working on right now. But again, I want to target my content within this community to those that are looking to create the same thing. So ask away. Let me know your questions. And Miss Janine said, yes, it's very simple. Have you been creating some, Janine? I would love to see some if you are working on any. And all right, guys. Well, that is it. And hope you guys got some value, and we'll see you next time.